not yet checked out our KBLA Health and Wellness Hub, you should at KBLA1580.com. KBLA Talk 1580 thanks Catch Charter School, Prudential, Eastside, Cedars-Sinai, and St. John's Community Health. At KBLA Talk 1580, we believe that a healthy community is a thriving community.
That's right, baby.
I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes. Financial infidelity. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff? The child wasn't his, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I just like to kiss. Is there something wrong with that?
Damn.
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed.
Hit you with the bad pipes routine.
How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches my nip.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man rules on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses.
Yeah.
How do you write women so well?
Zoe Williams,
Reason and accountability.
the voice of reason.
So you try to run away from the thought, and so the thought can't show up and leave because you keep resisting it. And it's so cool, life's so cool, it keeps bringing it up over and over and over again to teach you unconditional love. Because all you are is unconditional love. And when you keep having the same issue come up over and over and over again, it's because you perceive that as something that's not lovable, and you keep trying to fix it. And if you allow yourself to get, I am just love, I am just this moment, I'm right now, then when this comes up, it goes, I don't understand, I'm scared, I feel stuck, I feel a cage in my body, and you go, and I love that. I love that I'm confused. I love that I don't get this. The more you do that, the faster it'll leave. If you actually love it, don't love it so it will leave. Everything that's showing up that's a fear is a lie. It just needs you to love it. And by trying to run from it, you're acknowledging it as a real problem that's bigger than you.
So this is why that's Brother Kyle Cease right there. He cooks with the rarest grease. But this is why I love J. Krishnamurti's work so much. He influenced Bruce Lee. And it's this self-awareness, self-actualization, you know, like self-conquering kind of thing. Like you go in, and Carl Jung isn't far from it with self-individuation, right? The process of individuation, right, is making you, yourself, whole. Mask and shadow come together, yin, yang, wholeness, right? It's difficult when you don't engage in that individuation process, or Paramahansa Yogananda calls it self-realization. Like, if you don't engage in that process, you're setting yourself up for dependency. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yes.
You're going to stay fragmented. You're going to stay insecure. You're going to stay manipulative. Mm-hmm. Right? All of the things that you thought was normal in relationship to get what you need.
Yes.
Do you see? So what I'm about to say might sound sacrilegious. Because I believe the guru is necessary. I believe the pastor is necessary. I believe the babalao is necessary. I believe the therapist is necessary. But I also believe that they're kind of like training wheels, psycho-spiritual training wheels. Mm-hmm. And then at some point, because I know good therapists don't want to have clients for 20 years. You've been my client for 20 years? Well, what have we done? Have you implemented any of the work, right? When two partners dismiss the pastor, the guru, or the therapist, they inherit all three roles. Should those roles, the therapist, the guru, the pastor, the metaphysician, whatever, should they be training this person to take on the responsibility of those three roles within an intimate relationship? Your thoughts?
Absolutely. The basis of what the gentleman spoke about and what you're talking about means that individuals have to realize that they're not separate from God, period. And that they have full and complete access to power. and that there's a soul connection, spiritual connection, identity that's required in order to become and embody all those things.
Come on.
If I just said that the definition of love is I'm making decisions based on your soul, I'm making decisions based on your spirit, then I have to also know that that is true for myself.
For myself.
Right? So now our conversations and our conflicts and the things that we are solving in the relationship aren't about me being right and you being wrong or vice versa. They're about what is it that we need to learn collectively from this? How can I help you evolve in that way? Not I need to stop saying the word red because the word red triggers you. not we're not talking about control, behavior modification.
Right.
We're talking about creating a fertile soil. Right. So we could pull the weeds from our relationship, our thinking, the irrational thinking that exists that get in the way. A lot of it is group thinking impressed upon us in our childhood, and we believe it's true, and we think we're supposed to be getting certain things out of a relationship instead of understand we should be planting seeds so that we can eat from our garden over the course of our lifetime. Did I answer your question?
Yes, you did. That inner garden got to bear fruit too.
It has to bear fruit.
Oh my goodness, she's in here cooking with the rarest grease. Listen, we got to get this caller in here. I've never seen it before. Germany? From Germany? C. Irving from Germany. Dankeschön. No, that's thank you. What's up, man? What are your thoughts on tonight's topic, brother?
I'm loving it, so, and it's such a blessing to see you and Delana again collaborate for the second time. Yeah, it's not really much I can really add to the topic. You know, I enjoy a lot of things that you guys are going back and forth with, and maybe I'd like to pick at your brain about the coaching part. And
well, listen, C. Irving, you got time, brother. You call him from Germany. All I ask is that you don't curse. But yeah, I don't think you're going to curse. I can hear it in your spirit that you don't have no profanity up in you. But again, if you have a question, please, man, pose it to Delana, and I might add some seasoning.
What's your coaching question?
So, how can you tell if someone is coachable? Because some people, I think, are afraid of the coaching because it might shape them and change them. They feel like they might lose themselves through the coaching,
A prerequisite.
And I try and equate it to sport, with a coach, and let's just say a basketball player, and the coach may have a certain foresight where he wants to train this person and bring them to, and if the player doesn't have trust in the person, then they may feel estrayed by it, or they may feel like, oh, this person is trying to, do me wrong or change me in a wrong way. So in a relationship dynamic, what would you kind of say to as far as that,
What's interesting, when people join a team, right, they know that there will be coaching. And so I think it's a perspective of people joining relationships, understanding that they've joined a team. Right. And if you come into a relationship and you don't want to change, then you have to take a look at an individual that doesn't want to change.
You're not a teammate.
Yeah, you're not a teammate.
Right.
I mean, you don't want to evolve, grow, and become. And so to your point, in a relationship, there has to be the ability to influence the other. So we're using the word coaching, but what we're really talking about is having the ability to influence each other.
Yes.
And that there has to be an open line of that. It should flow both ways, right? So we're not saying I know everything. We want to be careful that we don't create that environment, that you need to listen to me, that I'm the master of all the things that need to change in a relationship. So it's really about influence. So if a person doesn't want to change, then they're going to be stuck. They're going to be a stuck partner in the relationship. And change doesn't just come from what I tell you to do. It comes from the experiences of the relationship. We have to be able to know that life is going to teach us things. We're here to live, to learn, and then practice the things we learn in the relationship. So that's the difficulty. Zoe?
Okay.
And I would add, you need everything Delana just outlined, but you also need to activate it in the storm. Because oftentimes we want to get outside the storm before we get level-headed.
Mm-hmm.
So resilience is a big piece that's missing, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I think, like you said before, many of us think relationships are supposed to be all good, they're supposed to flow, but I think holding space for you in a difficult moment when I'm upset with you, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you've disappointed me deeply, but yet I still hold space for you because this is about a soul connection, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is why many hurt people can't get past hurt that's perpetuated within the relationship coliseum, so to speak,
Mm-hmm.
within the arena of our relationship. You, of all people, would do that to me? So that entrenches the resentment. That triggers what's happening way back many years before you got here.
Right.
So talk to this brother about how we navigate in the eye of the storm.
Well, it requires, me to lay aside what I think I know about everything. We're back to the principle of humility.
Mm-hmm.
We won't stop being at that principle because I can't learn anything. I won't even teach it well if I'm not humble in that way.
Right.
You talked about in the eye of the storm. We said earlier that everyone comes to give, right? If everyone comes to give, even when there's conflict, right? My emotions aren't the most important thing. How I feel is not the most important thing. What's for the collective outcome of this relationship right now is the most important thing. I can lay aside what I feel and do what's best for the spirits in the relationship. And then when I am calm and cool, I can bring back later this thing that I experienced if I haven't solved it on my own.
Right.
I can bring it back and say, I felt this way when this was occurring, but I am not going to destroy the relationship because I feel something.
But, and stay with us, C. Irving, because this is your question, brother. For many people, emotions are facts.
They aren't. They pass. They're chemicals in the body based on perceived threats that get released in the parasympathetic system. Any perceived threat to my ego, threat to my money, threat to my sexuality, any perceived threats is going to be felt in the body. Feelings are not facts. They are perceived threats. And I cannot let those perceived threats, which are going to pass through my bloodstream, destroy the ecosystem of the relationship. That's my responsibility to have a management system.
Well, if that's the case, there are so many destroyed relationships. It's looking like the rainforest of South America. There are discarded souls that we live with here on earth today that have been destroyed because people didn't have this understanding.
Oh, yeah.
So C. Irving, you had a question. Go ahead. Please explain.
Yeah, I wanted to add to that, as well as what Delana was saying. Do you think that some people are just comfortable, or this perceived comfortability where they are, where they feel like any coaching would be too much for them?
Sure.
So they would rather weigh it out in the comfortability part, but in the long run, it has these effects on them. As you said, the opposite of humility is ego. So it's kind of counterproductive. I'm not sure, but I just wanted to know what you think. If the comfortability can play a part, if you're being too comfortable in being able to be coached.
They shouldn't be in a relationship, period.
They
should just, hook up and go home and know everything. Because if you don't have the ability
hook up, go home and know everything is diabolical.
I mean, what do we think relationships are? They're not acquisitions. They're not property. It's not capitalism. You're not getting a person and owning them. This is insanity. Yeah, so to answer your question.
C. Irving, do you have any more questions?
No.
But I got one for you. Not a question, but a response. I'm going to tell you right now, don't try to coach nobody until you coach yourself to some self-championships. You got to get some wins, self-wins, right? You know, why do I always, you know, engage in negative self-talk, right? And what is the impact of negative self-talk on myself, right? You got to get some self-wins, because just like any other sport, right, if you hire a coach who's never won anything, what are the chances of that team being successful?
Right.
So if we're going to coach each other, you got to have some you wins.
Right.
I remember when you was a child, you had a very, very terrible temper. Well, now I've conquered that. In what way? What have you done? Was it martial arts? Was it meditation? Was it yoga? What process did you go through to conquer some of those demons, right, that Joseph Campbell talks about, or Carl Jung talks about, the shadow? You got to have some banners hanging up in your spirit before you can coach your partner.
That's right.
Talk to him about it.
Well, because otherwise it's narcissism. I mean, you know, do I have my own effective self-love program? Do I have my own do I love myself? Am I secure? When I walk in a room, do I feel good enough? Have I worked out those things? You know, have I forgiven my mother? Have I forgiven my father?
Come on.
Right? Have I forgiven myself for the shortcomings of my life?
Let me tell you this. Boy, I love this woman, man. She come in here and she cook with the rarest grease. But let me tell you, this is what it's going to sound like. This is what it sounds like when I walk into a woman's life. It sounds just like this.
The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
First, they tried to erase our history.
Pentagon removed training material about the Tuskegee Airmen. Arlington National Cemetery removing histories that highlighted black veterans from its website.
Then they tried to erase our jobs.
Black Americans will disproportionately bear the brunt.
Now they think they can erase our votes.
Steal 5 congressional seats, decimating black and brown representation.
Enough is enough. I matter, my rights matter, and our future matters. That's why I'm voting yes on Prop 50. Prop 50 lets us temporarily redraw California congressional maps to counter the election rigging Trump is trying to pull off in Texas and other states. Californians across the state are stepping up and using the power of their vote to stop the madness. So vote yes on Prop 50 by November 4th, because we can't let them erase our history or our future. This ad is paid for by the NAACP and not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee.
Lena Bloom for the Bail Project.
Imagine you're stuck in a jail cell and you can't afford bail, and someone offers you a way out. Just plead guilty and you can go home and kiss your kids goodnight. What do? What thousands have. You plead guilty whether you are or not. Cash bail makes poverty a crime. That's why the Bail Project helps those who can't afford it while fighting to end cash bail, because freedom should be free.
Brought to you by the Ad Council.
On Thursday evening, November 6th, you're invited to the next KBLA Talk 1580 Altadena Town Hall meeting. This time we're convening at Victory Bible Church, 1497 North Hill Avenue in Pasadena. The town hall will once again be broadcast live on KBLA Talk 1580 from 4 to 6 p.m. on Thursday, November 6th. But you're invited to join us in person for this urgent and necessary community conversation. The theme for this Altadena Eaton Canyon Fire Town Hall is understanding the Wildfire Recovery Compensation Fund. The primary focus of this gathering is to inform residents about Southern California Edison's newly launched Wildfire Recovery Compensation Program and provide clarity on eligibility and the claims process. There are plenty of questions to be asked, and only KBLA Talk 1580 has the right moderators to ask the tough questions, the right stakeholders and community activists to share their insights, and we have confirmed the participation of corporate executives from Southern California Edison to answer our queries. So be sure to join us at Victory Bible Church in Pasadena, 1497 North Hill Avenue on Thursday, November 6th. The event is free and open to the public, but registration is required at KBLA1580.com. That's KBLA1580.com. Light refreshments will be served immediately following the live town hall. This KBLA Talk 1580 Altadena Rising Town Hall is brought to you by the Black Freedom Fund.
You know you want some more. More. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'll forgive you.
Those who are interested in school may not have their children here, but to be concerned with the total development of man. That is the problem of the school. Is it possible to teach any academic subject without any kind of persuasion, pressure, compulsion? If and when we agree or see together that any form of pressure does distort, then is it possible to cultivate the mind both academically as well as psychologically?
Wait, listen. Krishnamurti just be acting a fool sometimes. He just jumps off of the top diving board. Listen, is it possible, right, to teach? He's saying a teacher, if he is internally conflicted, right, he really can't teach because that fracture within himself is going to bleed into the children. He's saying, can you teach without pressure, right? Pressuring the child because the society says you should know this, because can you teach from a clear space, right? A space of no agenda even. Hey, I love you because I believe that love doesn't have agenda.
No.
Right?
No.
So if I'm teaching from an agendaless space, listen, I want the best for you even if it means we're not together. That's a coaching session right there, right? I want you to confront you in this moment and get over that thing, because maybe you're with me because you haven't gotten over that thing. That's coaching. And oftentimes when we try to coach our partner like that, is it what? How do we see it? An attack?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah?
Yeah. I mean, it's seen as that.
That's what Murty is saying. He's saying, can you teach without pressure? The pressure of, don't leave me. Whatever, I'm trying to show you something about yourself. Look at us. We good together. You're teaching from I'm trying to pressure you. You even mentioned another word that we could use here is influence. I'm trying to influence you to do something that might be against your self-sovereignty. That's not coaching. That's coercion, right?
It is coercion, yes.
Ooh-wee. See, Irvin, get back in here, man. I want to get your final thoughts. I know you got one more question. Man, you called from Germany, so we had to keep you on for a minute. I know you got one more question for Dr. Z, right?
Yeah, I appreciate that. I'm just curious about, teamwork. I know it's a bit, to the side of the coaching part, but people who say that a relationship is about teamwork, but they want to center things on themselves.
We talking about relationships or LeBron?
Relationships. Because I hear this. The thing is, Delana and Zoe, I hear this like so often, like in the dating scene. You can tell someone, "Do you believe relationships are a team?" They'll say yes. But when you ask sometimes about some of their relationship history, sometimes it seems like, well, that's not really a team. That's kind of about self. Or he's an individual person, she's an individual person.
So you are talking about LeBron. Stay right there. When we come forward, I got to hold him one more segment because we got to get to the teamwork piece. When we come forward, Delana Zimmerman will break down the whole teamwork scheme for you because that's what you're looking for. Let's get it.
He's on fire tonight. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton with BIN News Now. Former President Barack Obama says the country is in a dark place, blasting President Trump's immigration policies and claims of fake crime waves at a Norfolk, Virginia rally for Democrat Abigail Spanberger.
He's deploying the National Guard in American cities, claiming to stop crime waves that don't actually exist.
Obama also campaigned in New Jersey for Mike Sherrill in another tight governor's race. More than a dozen violations were reported on the first night of Black Washington, D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser's new juvenile curfew. The 11 p.m. to 6 a.m. rule, lasting through November 5th, follows recent incidents of disorderly teen behavior, including a large Halloween crowd in Navy Yard. Rapper Nicki Minaj is thanking President Trump for speaking out on Christian persecution in Nigeria, calling his remarks powerful. Trump warned of cutting aid or military action if attacks continue. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Compassion sponsorship means food, healthcare, education, and most of all, being known, loved, and protected. There are thousands of kids waiting over a year. End their wait. Sponsor a child with compassion today. Text the word radio to 83393.
You ready? You're invited to the KBLA Talk 1580 Community Health and Wellness Fair on Saturday, November 8th, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Catch at Audubon Middle School in Leimert Park, 4120 11th Avenue. Join us for a day of health, healing, and community connection. There will be health screenings, immunizations, wellness information, a Catch Charter School recruitment fair, plus music and healthy snacks. And it's all free at the KBLA Talk 1580 Community Health and Wellness Fair, Saturday, November 8th, 10 a.m. p.m. to 2 p.m. at Audubon Middle School in Leimert Park, 4120 11th Avenue. Come out and bring the entire family. And if you have not yet checked out our KBLA Health and Wellness Hub, you should at KBLA1580.com. KBLA Talk 1580 thanks Catch Charter School, Prudential, Eastside, Cedars-Sinai, and St. John's Community Health. At KBLA Talk 1580, we believe that a healthy community is a thriving community.
That's right, baby.
Yo, this is Zoe Williams, the VOR, and I got another incredible black-owned business for you. Your podcast deserves more than a closet and a prayer. It deserves a green screen that makes your haters jealous. Do you need 4K so crisp you can see their ego? Mics that catch whispers and rants? Hey, a stage that turns Aunt Mildred into Beyonce. Listen, all you got to do is check out OneStream.tv, Inglewood Studio Playground, where backyard dreams get VIP upgrades. They've got cameras, mics, stages, step and repeat, everything you need. Lights that flatter people who never get flattering. They got all you need to produce the podcast of your dreams. Listen, their rates are as low as $75 an hour. Yes, really. Swing by 740 Centinela Ave. Call 323-296-4444. Once again, that's 323-296-4444. Trust me, my brother Mike will take care of you. OneStream.tv.
I'm talking lights, camera, action. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 reminds you that we keep us safe. Every girl deserves a chance to shine. That's the belief behind Forgiving for Living, Inc. Since 1999, this organization has been empowering at-risk girls ages 13 to 18, helping them overcome behavioral and mental health challenges. Founder Wendy Gladney's personal journey inspired the mission to give girls hope and purpose through the power of forgiveness. Through their ambassador program, workshops, and annual conference, Forgiving for Living has touched over 3,000 young lives, providing mentoring, life skills, training, and tools for building self-esteem and confidence. You can make a difference. Visit forgivingforliving.org to donate, volunteer, become a mentor, or find help for a young girl in need. Forgiving for Living, Inc., building brighter futures for young girls. Visit forgivingforliving.org today. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
It's never too early to start talking about money in realistic ways with your kids. JP Morgan Chase navigates how to educate your kids now about creating long-lasting, healthy money habits. Whether your kids are in elementary school, high school, or college, now is a great time to start a conversation about ways to create healthy money habits as they grow, ultimately benefiting their financial future. Talking about money in a realistic way to support your kids' lifestyle and dreams, your first banking account geared towards high school or college. It's never too early. Explaining the basics, what you earn and what you spend, building financial confidence starts with getting organized. Learning and practicing vital money skills now will stay with them for life. Tools they will have to stay on top of their finances and achieve their goals. This segment is sponsored by JP Morgan Chase.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. The Autopsy Initiative provides a second autopsy free of charge for victims' families who have lost their loved ones due to a police-related death. The services offered through the initiative include the completion of a second autopsy, disclosure of preliminary findings, and a final autopsy report. A police-related death is when an individual is harmed by police officers using deadly force, which results in an individual's death. Police-related death includes in-custody deaths, including those that arise during contact with law enforcement officers during arrest, pursuit, booking, transport, or incarceration. The Autopsy Initiative has a team of board-certified pathologists on call. An autopsy request may be completed by anyone with a close relationship with the victim, which may include the victim's spouse, partner, relative, close friend, or lawyer. To request a free second autopsy for a victim of police violence, please visit knowyourrightscamp.com. That's knowyourrightscamp.com. Then click on Autopsy, then click on Request. At KBLA, we believe in justice justice for victims of police violence. We say their names, and we don't black down. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You're listening to the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
The reason for this farce is the whole philosophy of education through which our children are being processed. I want to look at this, but I want to look at it first of all from the standpoint of bringing up children in this culture and the whole structure and nature of the family, because that's where the puzzle begins. Have you noticed that over many years, a large number of the jokes in most of our popular magazines where they print cartoons have to do with father as a clown? Take Dagwood in the comic strip. The incompetence of Dad, who is always some kind of an idiot, whereas Mom has to handle the real problems of the family and is therefore the realist in the picture. Dad is a clown. Why? Because he goes away to a mysterious place called the office or the factory, in which the family as such have no part and no real interest. He brings back a thing called money, and they want more of it, see, back at home. They don't care how you get it, just so long as you bring it back, because they're not interested in what you as a man do. And when you come back from the various rat races in which you are engaged making money, you are supposed to be a good pal to the children. Play with them and look after your wife and appreciate what she's done all during the day. But they have no interest in what you do. They couldn't care less. And furthermore, you as a father and you as a mother are expected to live for your children. Americans have an enormous sense of guilt because they have not done right by their children. And they're trying more and more to do right by their children. And they always feel they haven't quite succeeded somehow. We are child-centered families. Guilty, constantly feeling guilty because we haven't.
Hey, man, Alan Watts, cooking, teamwork. That's what C. Irving from Germany was questioning us about. C. Irving, I'm going to toss it to Dr. Z, and she's going to answer your question about teamwork and really what it's supposed to look like. Talk to us, Dr. Z.
While we were on the break, I looked up the definition of teamwork, and it says a combined action of a group, especially when it's effective and efficient. So teamwork is not just a group of people, but it's a group of people with efficacy, with a common goal or common vision. And so I was thinking about it includes yielding to the goal, to the vision, to what's in our Constitution. What are our guiding principles? I keep using that language, you know. If there should be leadership in this teamwork, that means it requires followers. And so we have to be both willing to be the leader and the follower. But is being a follower, is that a sign of weakness? Do I trust my leadership? Have I ever seen it modeled?
Well, you do know they say women should follow the man.
I'm not doing that with you.
I'm
not doing that with you. What I'm going to say to that statement is a woman should be able to follow a man.
On. That's
what I'm going to say to that.
Yes.
She should be
So
able
no blind
to.
following.
Right. There should be a spot in her that yields. Because America breeds, you know, especially for black women, we are bred into white men. So we struggle to follow the black man. Okay. But people who have trust issues, your insecure attachment from their parental relationships struggle to trust their leadership. You know, so we can't believe in teamwork that teaching is more important or has more value than learning. How do we go to the next level if we can't learn? How are we going to be efficient in our teamwork if there is no development? So that's my answer.
Did she answer your question?
She did. She sure did. And I just wanted to add as well, I do think, I mentioned it in the chat, I think as well, some of these things should be incorporated during the dating phase, because I've noticed people will maybe, when they get into the relationship, bring up the coaching aspect, the teamwork aspect, and that other person is not really, they maybe weren't even willing. They maybe weren't a willing ear for it, but they didn't know that because they didn't introduce these things.
Let me just
say
this.
Dating phase.
Let me just say this because we got to get to our next caller. But let me just say this real quick.
That's all I want to add.
Listen, bro. Anybody who comes to the table that's not about self-work and healing, I'm going to tell you right now, they could be purchased. They're going to come to the table to negotiate, right? They're going to come to the table and say, I'll do all of this if you ensure that. This is a business deal. And I keep telling people, this is not the actual purpose of relating. See, I don't want to pay for somebody faking like they care, like they're compassionate, like they're nurturing. Like I don't want to pay for that.
Because it's not love.
That's not love.
Love.
That's a love performance. That's love choreography. I don't want that. If that secures your loyalty, your respect, your honor of me, then no, you have to be able to see that in me. And like Delana just mentioned, yield to that.
It's prostitution.
Say it, then say what it is. Anyway, good brother, we went on a tangent on your question, but guess what? C. Irvin, guess what you just did, brother?
I just brought Germany, Berlin in the building.
Germany, Berlin is in the building. If you want to bring your city in the building, you know what you got to do. Listen, when we come forward, we're going to Jacksonville, Florida. Mimi, we coming.
Relationships. Got you confused? Need some straight talk? This is where you get the unfiltered truth about love, relationships, and everything in between. He breaks down relationship dynamics with no-nonsense wisdom and practical advice that actually works. Tackling the questions you're afraid to ask and giving you the answers you need to hear. You're inside the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Vote centers across Los Angeles County are open. Don't wait for Election Day. Vote early at any vote center near you.
You can drop off your ballot, vote in person, or even register and vote the same day. Make your plan, make your voice heard, and make it count. Visit lavote.gov to find a vote center or official ballot drop box close to home. That's lavote.gov, your trusted source for voting in LA County.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 is committed to self-care and community well-being. Walk Good LA was formed in June 2020, inspired by the Black Lives Matter movement and the beginning stages of the COVID-19 pandemic. What began as a few minutes of breath work and yoga meditation before protests against police brutality turned into a safe space for the community to heal in hard times. The immensely positive response from the community transformed the momentum into a movement. Today, Walk Good LA is a black and brown-led community wellness organization based in Los Angeles. They provide spaces for healing through community yoga classes, guided meditations, hikes, run clubs, and other activations throughout Los Angeles that attract hundreds of members weekly. With the help of Propel and Michael B. Jordan, they now have a yoga and wellness studio in Los Angeles called the Walk Good Yard. To join their mailing list and connect with healing spaces, please visit walkgoodla.org. That's walkgoodla.org. Or find them on Instagram at walkgoodla. This is a community call to action, a community call to healing from KBLA Talk 1580.
Hey there, Los Angeles. This is James Lucky Jr., publisher and editor of Los Angeles News Observer. Are you hungry for news that matters to you in the African-American communities of Los Angeles? Well, buckle up, because we got the scoop you've been craving. Stay in the know and never miss a beat with our free weekly publications conveniently available near you. Or hop on the digital wave and become an exclusive subscriber at OGNSC.com. Don't forget to join the party on Instagram and Twitter at OGNSCINC for behind-the-scenes access and sizzling updates. No more FOMO. Let's stay informed, connected, and empowered together.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
That's so good.
Common human fear is fear of the unknown. As human beings, we have a natural tendency to fight against, to resist, to repel things that make us uncomfortable, things that we don't recognize, things that we can't control, because these things frighten us. What we really want to consider is that every moment of our life, every moment is a teacher. And that teacher is bringing a lesson that we need to learn. That means that whatever is present in this moment, whether it's fear or anger or upset, whatever it is in this moment, It means that we've entered a classroom of life, and that there is a lesson being presented to us. Our job is to surrender, to pay attention to the lesson in this moment, and it would probably be really helpful if we took some notes that we can use later on.
Man, if you don't knock it off, Iyanla Van Zant up in here cooking with the rarest grease. Every single moment is a teacher, so why can't your partner be? Every trigger is a teacher. The triggers are a part of the syllabus. You got to read through it. Listen, this is what this is about. All right, we're going to get our final caller in here. Mimi from Jacksonville, Florida. Mimi, come on. What are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
Hey, Zoe. Hey, Delana and everyone.
Hey.
How are you?
Hey, this has been a great show, very triggering, very sparking, juices and all of that. It's been a great show, and I'm just going to get straight to my question. What does coaching really look like? I mean, is it organic, or should it be discussed in the beginning of the relationship? And if it is discussed in the beginning, is that a form of manipulation? I say no, as a person who's been in relationships, because I don't think you can just walk in. You have to, I think it's good when you share what you all kind of want in this thing. I know y'all have opinions, and I'll be listening.
Well, we spoke to this earlier, that when you get in a relationship, a mature relationship, there should be assumptions should not be made. What I think a relationship is based on my experience. What you think a relationship is based on your experience. So we bring these ideas. There shouldn't be assumptions about what we believe this is. We should talk about what it looks like. Now, so we keep calling it coaching, and I feel like there's some danger in there, because it's like, I think I like the word influence, but the coaching is only required when there's problems. So can you yield to problems when I maybe have a solution to this particular thing? Can you admit that you have this weakness or this deficit that you bring to the relationship? Is there accountability? Is there honesty, right? Is there ability to hear from this individual? Oftentimes we get in relationships with people who bring that painful parent thing, like we're literally in the relationship with our mothers. We're literally, we meet that person, and that's the way we know love, and so we're in that relationship. So here's the thing, I want to just kind of wrap it with this idea, is that we get in relationships with our master teachers.
Boom, 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 boom.
And we think it's supposed to be some happily ever after. We are going to be together till we die, but that's not always the case. Sometimes you get in a relationship with someone that is going to teach you the thing that you need for the next experience, or that you came to the planet to resolve. So if we can just break the spell of happily ever after,
we'll be okay.
We can be in the present moment and the now moments of our relationships.
Mimi, guess what you just did, love?
I brought Jacksonville, Florida into the
You already know. We love you, Mimi. Thank you for the call, man. Listen, my sister girl was in here cooking. I only have a few things to say. The holy burden of awareness. To treat love as session, sutra, and sermon requires radical attentiveness. Each emotional trigger is not an insult, but a curriculum, right? Robert Greene would call this the ruthless apprenticeship of the heart. Yeah. Clinically, it means translating effect into data. What is this feeling teaching me about my attachment template, right? When practiced, conflict transforms from combustion into laboratory fire, right? Pain with a purpose. Listen, we're supposed to teach, not scold, not disrespect. We're supposed to guide and instruct. If our partner has a blind side, we might be the inverse of the blind side, and thus from our side we can see it where they cannot. We're not supposed to weaponize that, right? This is what teamwork actually looks like. We started the conversation, y'all, but it's really up to you guys to finish it. Miss Delana, I know you got things to sell, and
I do.
Listen, can you sell some stuff real quick?
I'm going to do it right now.
Just do it right now.
Starting December the 3rd, I have The Path to Freedom, Overcoming Anxiety. It's a 6-month program every Wednesday. It's every Wednesday for 6 months. It starts December the 3rd. And there will be a video. There will be a Facebook group. There will be a Zoom every Wednesday. We'll meet. You'll get me live. Listen.
Where do they sign up?
At Instagram, Delana Zimmerman Therapy. It's already up there. I put it up there. You can join the Facebook group. You can join the Facebook group, and you can also start the subscription. It's $197 a month. It's cheaper than therapy. It's cheaper than getting your nails done. It is the investment of a lifetime.
Ma'am, go support her. I'm a supporter of her. She is legendary in my book. And welcome back here anytime she has the time to come through. She's Delana Zimmerman. I'm Zoe Williams. This is Just Monday. If you think the fire is over, you'd be wrong. When we come forward, you'll see me tomorrow with another slapper.
What am I to do? I can tell that's under control.